Your body is running a reflex right now that's 500 million years old. A reflex from where your ancestors lived underwater and shows up every single time you hiccup. You've tried holding your breath, drinking water upside down, getting scared, nothing works reliably. Because nobody actually explains why hiccups happen in the first place. Today, we are fixing that. And what you are about to hear will completely change how you think about that annoying little sound. Before we get to the fascinating why, let's understand what's actually happening inside your body when you hiccup. You have a muscle called the diaphragm. It sits right below your lungs. Its entire job is controlling your breathing. Every breath you take in, your diaphragm contracts and pulls downward, creating space for young lungs to expand. It does this thousands of times every day without you thinking about it. But sometimes your diaphragm gets irritated. It spasms. It contracts suddenly and involuntarily, pulling air into your lungs faster than normal. At that exact moment, your vocal cords snap shut. The rush of air hits those closed vocal cords, and that collision creates that sound, hic. So, a hiccup is actually three things happening simultaneously: your diaphragm spasming unexpectedly, your body gasping for air, your vocal cords slamming shut, all in a fraction of a second. But this still doesn't answer the most important question: why does your diaphragm spasm at all? Here's where it gets genuinely fascinating. Scientists believe hiccups are an evolutionary leftover, a remnant from a time before humans existed. The leading theory: hiccups originated when our ancient ancestors were transitioning from living in water to living on land. Think about tadpoles. Tadpoles breathe using gills, but they also need to occasionally gulp air. To do this, they use a specific reflex. They close their vocal cords while pumping water over their gills. That exact reflex, diaphragm contracting, vocal cords closing, is remarkably similar to what happens during a human hiccup. Your body might be performing an ancient breathing pattern that made perfect sense hundreds of millions of years ago, when our ancestors had gills and needed to breathe underwater. There's also a secondary theory specifically about human babies. Fetuses hiccup regularly in the womb. Scientists believe this fetal hiccuping exercises and strengthens the breathing muscles before birth, preparing them for the moment a baby takes its first breath. So, hiccups might serve as breathing practice before you are even born. Either way, the reflex that causes hiccups appears to be ancient, millions of years old, still running in your body right now, long after it stopped being useful. So, what actually triggers your diaphragm to spasm? Several things can irritate your diaphragm or the nerve that controls it, called the phrenic nerve. Eating too quickly forces you to swallow air, which expands your stomach and pushes directly against your diaphragm. Carbonated drinks release gas that expands in your stomach. Same problem, same pressure. Sudden temperature changes, like swallowing something very cold, can shock your system and trigger a spasm. Strong emotions like excitement, stress, or even laughter can disrupt your normal breathing rhythm enough to cause hiccups. Spicy foods irritate the nerves connected to your diaphragm directly. Basically, anything that irritates your diaphragm or the phrenic nerve can flip that ancient reflexes switch in your body. Here's something that should bother you more than it does. We still don't have a scientifically proven cure for hiccups. Every remedy you have had, holding your breath, drinking upside down, getting scared, pulling your tongue, breathing into a bag, works sometimes for some people, but none of them work reliably for everyone. The reason: they are all attempting to do the same thing: either reset your breathing rhythm or distract your nervous system long enough for the reflex to stop on its own. Holding your breath increases carbon dioxide in your blood, which can result your breathing pattern. Being scared triggers a sharp inhale that disrupts the hiccup rhythm. But here's the honest truth: in most cases, hiccups just stop on their own within a few minutes. The remedies probably just give you something to do while you wait. So, why do we hiccup? Your diaphragm spasms, your vocal cords slam shut, and your body performs an ancient reflex that might date back to when our ancestors breathed underwater, something that once helped prehistoric creatures breathe, something fetuses still use to prepare for birth, still running in your modern human body, every single time you least expect it. And as for stopping them, most remedies work by distraction or breathing reset, but honestly, your body usually figures it out on its own. The next time you get the hiccups, remember that's not your body malfunctioning. That's hundreds of millions of years of evolution saying hello. If you found this fascinating, hit subscribe. Every week on the Y channel, we explore questions that completely change how you see the world. See you in the next one.